Welcome to Indian Judicial Service. This video is the 51st part of top 1000 MCQ of constitutional law. In this video we discuss the union and state relationship, and some questions are belonging to the emergency provision of the constitution. And those who are not watched the previous video, all the link of previous videos are available in our description box. Those videos are very important. Please go and watch this video. And those who need the PDF file of this video series, the PDF file will be uploaded in our Telegram group. Please join the Telegram group. The link of Telegram group is also available in our description box. Before starting this video, I request you please like and share our videos, and please subscribe our channel. Let's get started. Now question number 841. In which of the following list of the Indian Constitution is the subject of social security and social insurance included? Option A here, union list. Option B here, state list. Option C here, concurrent list. And option D here, residuary power. So the concurrent list contain the social security and social insurance. So this subject is provided in the subject number 23 of concurrent list. So answer is here option C. Question number 842. Under which of the following circumstances the president can declare emergency? So point first here, external aggression. So external aggression is a adequate ground for proclamation of national emergency. So it is national emergency under Article 352. Now second one, internal aggression. So internal aggression is not adequate ground of any emergency. So it is wrong here. Now third one, government instability. So government instability is a adequate ground for proclamation of presidential rule in the state. So it is presidential rule under Article 356. And last one, financial crisis. So financial crisis is a proper ground for proclamation of financial emergency under article. So it is financial emergency under Article 360. So now option means point first, third and fourth is our answer. So option first, third and fourth, option C is correct here. Now question number 843. The authority empowered to make law in respect of matter not enumerated in any of three lists are: option A, state list. Option B, union list. Option C, union parliament and state legislatures. And option D, advocate general of the states. So in this question, the authority empower to make law in respect of matter not, this is very important here, not enumerated in any of three lists. So such matter related to the residuary power, the residuary power of the legislation, and it is vested in the parliament. So answer is here union parliament, option B, and this thing is provided in Article 248 of the Constitution. Now question number 844. The distribution of power between the state is based on the scheme provided in option A, Minto-Morley reform. Option B, Montagu-Chelmsford Act 1919. And option C, Government of India Act 1935. And option D, Indian Independence Act 1947. So answer is here option C, Government of India Act 1935. Now question number 845. The Sarkaria Commission was set up for the review of relation between option A, Prime Ministers and the President. Option B, the legislature and executive. Option C, executive and judiciary. And option D, central and the state. So Sarkaria Commission was set up for the review of relationship between the central and state. So answer is here option D. Question number 846. Which of the following is not included in the state list in the Constitution of India? So option A here, police. Yes, police is a part of the state list. It is the subject of state list. Prison is also subject of state list. Option C, law and order. It is the most important subject of state list. So all first, second, third are belong to state list. And last one, criminal procedure code. So CRPC is not a subject of state list. It is the subject of concurrent list. So answer is here option D. Question number 847. Which of the following taxes are levied and collected by the government of India and assigned to the states? So option A here, point first here, the taxes on railways, fares and freights. So taxes on railway fare and freights are collected and levied by the government of India and it assigned to the state. So it is related to the question. So option point first is correct here. Now second one, the taxes on the sale and purchase of newspapers of and on advertisement published therein. So these taxes are also levied and collected by the government of India and assigned to the state. So first and second are relevant to the question. Now third one, the taxes on agriculture income. So taxes on agriculture income is collected and levied and retained by the state. So this thing is not relevant to the question. Now fourth one, the taxes on professions, trade and callings and employment. So it is also levied and collected by the state government. So third and fourth are not related to the question. Only first and seconds are there. Now option, so code first and seconds is our answer. So option A is correct here. Question number 848. Which one of the following shall not be considered an adequate ground for the issue of proclamation of national emergency? So provision of national emergency provided in Article 352. So option A here, war. Option B here, external aggression. Option C here, armed rebellion. And option C here, D here, internal disturbance. So internal disturbance is not adequate ground for issuing the proclamation of national emergency. So answer is here option D. Now question number 849. Which of the following item comes under the concurrent list? Option A, interstate rivers. Option B, trade union. Option C, citizenship. And option D, local government. So trade union is the item comes under the concurrent list. So answer is here option B. Now question number 850. Assertion. The constitution make a distinction between the legislative power to levy a tax and power to appropriate the proceeding of the tax so levied. Reason, there is a concurrent sphere in the matter of tax legislation. So first statement is absolutely correct here and second statement is not appropriate here, so it is wrong statement. So option A, both A and R true, so it is wrong. Option B, both A and R true, it is also wrong. Now third one, A is true but R is false, so this is our answer option C. Now question number 851. Which of the following statements regarding the residuary power in the Constitution of India are correct? So option A here, residuary power have been given to the Union Parliament. Yes, this statement is absolutely correct here. Residuary power have been given to the Union Parliament under Article 248. This thing is here. Now point 2. In the matter of residuary power, the Constitution of India follow the Constitution of Australia. This statement is absolutely wrong here. In the matter of residuary power, the Constitution of India follow the Constitution of Canada. So Canadian Constitution is followed. So it is Canada, not Australia. So this statement is wrong. Now third one, the final authority to decide whether a particular matter fall under the residuary power or not is Parliament. So it is also wrong statement. Now last one, the Government of India Act 1935, residuary power in the hand of Governor General. This statement is absolutely correct here. So statement first and statement fourth are correct here. So option B is our answer, option B. Now question number 852. The proclamation of emergency at the first instance can be restricted to option A here 3 months, option B here 15 days, option C here 6 months and option D here 60 days. So answer is here option C, 6 months. Now question number 853. Every proclamation issues under Article 352 shall be, so under Article 352 the proclamation of national emergency. Option A, laid before each house of the Parliament. Option B, laid before the Lok Sabha. Option C, decided by the Prime Minister and conveyed to the President. And option D here, all of the above. So clearly answer is here option A, laid before each house of the Parliament, means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So answer here option A. Now question number 854. The President's rule is imposed for the period of. The President rule is provided in Article 356 and period of 6 months. So answer is here option B. Now question number 855. In which of the following articles it has been said that to protect the state against external aggression and internal disturbance, it is the duty of union. This thing is provided in Article 355. So answer is here option D. So in this article, it is the duty of union to protect the state from external aggression and internal disturbance. So answer here option D. Now question number 856. Article 356 clause 4. A proclamation of emergency in the state ceases to operate automatically after. So option A 1 month, option B 3 months, option C 6 months, option D 6 months from the proclamation. So answer is here option D, 6 months from the proclamation. Question number 857. The judicial review of proclamation under Article 356 would lie on any one of the following ground. Option A here, the proclamation has been made upon the consideration which is extraneous or irrelevant, so it is a proper ground for judicial review. Option B here, exercise of the power under Article 356 is malified, so it is also a ground here. Now third one, the statutory order which lack bona fide characteristics. So bona fide character, lacks of bona fide characteristics is a proper ground of judicial review of proclamation under Article 356. So option D here, all of the above. So clearly answer is here all of the above, option D. Now question number 858. The President's rule under Article 356 in the state is imposed when there is a failure of constitutional machinery in the state. Option A, the Prime Minister and the Union Cabinet write to the President. So it is wrong here. Option B, the Prime Minister advised the President. So it is also wrong here. Now third one, the Governor of State write to the President. Yes, this statement is absolutely correct here. And last one, it depend on President's will. So answer of this question is here option C, the Governor of State and write to the President. Now question number 859. The President makes the proclamation of emergency when. So this question is belong to Article 352 and this emergency is national emergency. Now option A, the President himself is satisfied that there is a threat. So this is wrong here. The President is not having a power to proclaim emergency without any recommendation from the Union Cabinet and Prime Minister. So option B, the Prime Minister and the Union Cabinet decide upon it and give their opinion to the President in writing. Yes, this statement is absolutely correct on the ground of proclamation of national emergency under Article 352. And third one, the Prime Minister himself is satisfied with the situation and there is no need of consulting his cabinet. So this statement is absolutely wrong here. And last one, all of the above. So clearly answer is here option B. Now question number 860. Finance Commission consists of. So the provision of Finance Commission is provided in Article 280. Article 280 dealt with that there is a Finance Commission consists of 1 chairman and 4 members. So there are the 1 chairman and 4 members in Finance Commission. And first Finance Commission constituted in 1951 and it was headed by, this is very important point, headed by the K.C. Neogi. So K.C. Neogi is the first chairman of first Finance Commission. Now time for the question of the day. The question of the day is, Who is the chairman of 15th Finance Commission? Again I repeat the question, who is the chairman of 15th Finance Commission? Please give the answer of this question in comment box. And before finishing this video, I request you please like our videos and share it to your friends and relatives and social media networks, and please subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching Indian Judicial Service.